for the mic fight. While you waiting, the girl just won, right? You see her eye? Yeesh, what? Looking like Rocky, man. For real, in real lifetime. But anyway, we talked about prayers back in the school system, right? But see, that was you looking at me, around my mouth, some would say. Well, let's bring it to reality.
Has announced that he is going to bring prayer back to schools. This is wild news, and everybody has an opinion about it, especially the left. The left are absolutely losing their minds over this. And should they be? Should they be rejoicing with the rest of us, or are they right? Are they onto something? Is this actually a bigger problem than even conservatives or Christians might be willing to admit? Let's talk about it. Let's first watch President Trump and his announcement to bring prayer back to schools. Pretty wild.
Here are 10 key ideas that will power our movement for great schools. First, we will respect the right of parents to control the education of their children. Second, we will empower parents and local school board to hire and reward great principals and teachers, and also to fire the poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory. They will be fired. Like on The Apprentice, you're fired. Third, we will ensure.
Shalom, everyone. My name is Eric Serif. I'm the president
That
of
dude
One
funny,
for
man.
Israel.
You
I'm
gotta
sure many of
see.
you have seen news about
That
Israel.
dude is funny.
I mean, love or hate the guy, he's pretty funny. That is straight up comedy right there. So I'm looking forward to some more humor in the White House.
Are focused not on political indoctrination, but on teaching the knowledge and skills needed to succeed. Reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and other truly useful subjects. Fourth, we will teach students to.
The whole thing about political indoctrination, if I can just say this, because I do want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. Maybe you have a child, or you know somebody, or you personally in the school system, you felt like you were not able to actually speak up about what you believe from a political perspective, or from, not agreeing with all the woke agendas all over the place. I've seen examples of students who have felt like they were really being bullied by their teachers or by their peers because they thought differently, because they had a different perspective, especially in the universities. But if you have a personal experience of how you felt, or maybe not just felt, but you have witnessed firsthand, you've seen it firsthand, you've been the victim firsthand of not being able to freely share your perspective because it differs from this massive zeitgeist agenda that's been indoctrinating the entire West. Let me know in the comments if you had a situation like that. Very encouraging to see, though, that schools are coming back to the simple subjects that are necessary to be a functioning member in society, and no longer will schools be these political agenda-based indoctrination camps, which they've been for too long.
To love their country, not to hate their country like they're taught right now. Fifth, we will support bringing back prayer to our schools. Sixth, we will achieve schools that are safe, secure, and drug-free, with immediate expulsion for any student who harms a teacher or another student.
Ooh.
Seventh, we will give all parents the right to choose another school for their children if they want school choice. Eighth, we will ensure students have access to project-based learning experiences inside the classroom to help train them for meaningful work outside the classroom. Ninth, we will strive to give all students access to internships and work experiences that can set them on a path to their first job. They're going to be very, very successful. I want them to be more successful than Trump. Let them go out and be more successful. I will be the happiest person in the world. But we want our children to have a great life and be successful. And 10th, we will ensure that all schools provide excellent jobs and career counseling so that high school and college students can get a head start on jobs and careers best suited to their God-given talents. This is how we will ensure a great education for every American child. And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C., and sending all education and education work and needs back to the states. We want them to run the education of our children because they'll do a much better job of it. You can't do worse. We spend more money per pupil by 3 times than any other nation, and yet we're absolutely at the bottom. We're one of the worst. So you can't do worse. We're going to end education coming out of Washington, D.C. We're going to close it up, all those buildings all over the place, and you have people that in many cases hate our children. We're going to send it all back to the states. Thank you very much.
There are so many different things about this.
So, that's one of them. The other one was you were being poisoned. But we'll come back to that another day. But just to prove to you, I didn't lie. My. The demons are upset that we are protecting our little ones. That's why prayer was taken out of the school in the first place. Y'all might call it a moment of silence, you know? But it was very necessarily needed throughout life. Because we could see since Columbine, Virginia College, the little kids in Connecticut, and the little people in Florida. That's a lot of killings, you know? Especially when the security guard who signed up for that is charged for not saving any lives. That was in Florida. He said he was fearing for his life. At least he was honest, but we don't need people put in positions of that doing the opposite. So, thank you for coming out to HSE-TV Entertainment, Holy Spirit Enlightenment Television Entertainment. This is your host, B.C. the Advent Root. Braka